Students, after completing from the gas laser category, helium neon will move towards the CO2 laser. Okay, so now as far as this CO2 laser concerned, we will see the diagram and see general description also. What does it mean? So this is one of the most powerful and efficient laser. It is a 4-level molecular level, okay, and operates on a set of vibrational rotational transitions. Okay, I'll get back to this diagram what they mean by vibrational rotational transition. The laser output is in the middle IR infrared region of 10.6 micrometer and 9.4 micrometer range. In this, both continuous wave and pulsed output occurs. Both are possible. This laser produces CW power of around 80 kilowatt and pulsed energy of around 10 kilojoules. Okay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we'll talk about the modes of vibration for CO2 molecule. Now, first thing, what is this modes? So this is the diagram to see the modes. So this is my carbon in the center and both oxygen molecules are side by side. Okay. So what do you see over here? The CO2 molecule consists of central carbon and with 2 oxygen atoms linked on either side. So what can happen that it can undergo 3 independent vibrational oscillations known as the vibrational modes. Okay, the first mode is called as the stretch mode. Okay, the oxygen molecule is stretched on both sides, so the frequency we can say is nu1. In the second, this is an angle. In an angle it has bend, so this is called as a bending mode. And the third one, so frequency over here we can say nu2, and in the third case you can see either these two are similar or these two are similar, which means carbon is linked either to the first one or to the second one. That's why it is called as asymmetric mode. Okay, so in this each mode is quantized, so the molecule can have either 0, 1 or 2 more units of vibrational energy in each mode. Either it will have only 0 or it will have 1 or 2. So at any time CO2 molecule can vibrate in linear combination of these 3 fundamental modes. The energy states of the molecule is represented by 3 quantum number basically. Okay, so we can represent the quantum numbers in this fashion, namely M, N, Q. Correct? So suppose I say the example 0, 2, 0. Now what does this mean? Molecule in bending mode. I just told you the 3 modes. Okay, so molecule in the bending mode, okay, and has 2 units of energy. Okay, usually it is also written as M, okay, N to the power L Q. Okay, now what does this L represent? Whenever you have either this or this combination, if you have this, so what does this L indicate? L indicate the power of a rotational mode. There is only one vibrational quantum in mode 2. Okay, here. So mode 2 has smallest force constant of the 3 modes. Which 3 modes? First is the stretching mode, second is bending mode, and third is the asymmetric mode. Fine. Now we'll go to the actual structure. Okay. So this is the diagram for to understand the structure. So what does this say? That you have obviously a discharge tube. So it consists of a discharge tube having a bore, that is a hole of cross section of 1.5 centimeters square. Okay, and length of around 26 centimeter. Length of the discharge tube is 26 centimeter and a bore of around 1.5 centimeter cross section. Then the discharge tube is filled with a mixture of CO2, nitrogen and helium gases in the proportion 1:4:5. Gas mixture CO2 plus N2 plus He in the range 1:4:5. Fine. Then a high DC voltage, you need a power supply. Okay, a high DC voltage causes an electric discharge, okay, to pass through the tube, okay, to pass through the tube. Then the discharge breaks down CO2 molecules to form oxygen and CO. Fine. So therefore, a small amount of water vapor is added to the gaseous mixture which regenerates carbon dioxide. Fine. Now we'll go to the working of this. Now to study the working, what you need to know? You need to know basically this diagram, the energy level diagram. Fine. Now we'll see this energy level diagram. So in this, in CO2 laser, the nitrogen, okay, plays similar role that of the helium in the helium neon laser. So here I have a nitrogen, here I have a carbon dioxide. Fine. So both N2 and CO2 absorb energy from electrons in the discharge. Fine. So the lowest vibrational level of nitrogen has an asymmetric stretching, fine, asymmetric stretching mode of CO2 molecule, and so the excited nitrogen molecule transfer energy to the CO2 molecule, energy transfer, okay, in the resonant collisions. So therefore CO2 molecules are excited to 001 level, okay. A nitrogen has gone over here and the energy transfer through collision, it has come to the 001 level, that is E5. Fine. Now the 100, okay, this is my 100. So 100 CO2 level, this is CO2 now, that is E4, has lower energy and cannot be populated in this way. So what should happen? So the population inversion is established between the 001 level, that is this, and 100 level, these two. Fine. So E5 to E4. So along with the population inversion between 001 and 001 and 020, this is 020 level, is created, that is E5 to E3. Fine. So the lasing transition, which one? E5 to E4 and E5 to E3 produce IR radiation at wavelength 10.6 micrometers and 9.6 micrometer. Correct? So the E3 and E4 levels, where is E3? E3 is here, E4 is here. So E3 and E4 levels are the metastable states. Okay. So the CO2 molecule at these levels fall to the lower bending level E2. So this is my bending mode, lower bending level, through the inelastic collision with the atoms, with the helium atoms. So the decay, there is a small part of helium also added in the gases. Okay, we have talked about helium also. Fine. So now what you want to see further, the decay from E2 to ground state. We are already over here. So E2 to ground state is very fast. Otherwise what will happen? There will be accumulation of molecules which leads to the decrease in population inversion. So it is must to maintain the CO2 temperature as low as possible, okay, and the helium has high thermal conductivity and conducts heat away to the walls and keeps the oxygen, CO2 cold. So what is the role of nitrogen? Nitrogen helps increase population of the upper laser level, and the helium depopulates the lower laser level. So this is the role of everyone. Which three gases we said we have it? We have CO2, okay, we have N2 nitrogen and He. Okay, we said He will depopulate the lower laser level, and nitrogen will helps increase the population of the upper laser level. Fine. Now basically the question will be asked is what are the applications? Applications is material processing such as cutting, drilling, welding, etching, medical field for cosmetic surgery and laser surgery and whatnot. Okay. So the next question is what are the other structures used for CO2 laser? Okay. So for this other structure of CO2 laser, we can see this. Okay. Lasers with slow axial flow, lasers with fast axial flow, sealed off lasers, waveguide lasers, transverse flow lasers, transversely excited atmospheric pressure laser TEA, and the gas dynamic lasers. These are the 7 different structures used for the CO2 lasers. Okay, this is all covers in our basic understanding of the CO2 laser is concerned. What all we need to study in every laser? We need to know the principle, the construction, the energy level diagram, and working. Okay, so this is the way we are going towards each and every laser. So we are finished with Ruby, we are finished with Nd:YAG laser, we are finished with HENE laser, and we are finished with CO2 laser. Okay, so what is left now? We'll have to do semiconductor laser from the solid state, excimer and nitrogen from the gas, and dye laser from the liquid laser. That much is the part left in module 3. Okay, go through it. Any difficulty, feel free to ask. Okay, thank you very much.